Good morning, friends, and welcome to October. Temperatures are starting to try to cool down here. Even though it was like 90 degrees yesterday, it is definitely getting a little bit cooler, especially at night, and we actually have some rain in the forecast for next week. So I'm really excited for this fall season and for these new temperatures. I love the summer, but I definitely am looking forward to fall. Today we're just going to do a really quick garden tour. There's almost no change from last month if you saw that video, and then we have a little bit of prep to do. There are some things to harvest, and I need to get some beds ready to do some new things. So come along with me as we just see what's out here and start prepping some things for the coming months. Okay, so right behind me are the snapdragons, and then this zucchini plant looks like it's done. I mean, the leaves are looking pretty terrible, but there is one zucchini on here. I'll show you. I'll get up real close and show you that. And then there's also this zucchini plant here. Same thing. It's seen better days, but it has a zucchini on it as well right now. So we're just gonna keep these in until they look like they're done. Actually, I will eventually be probably planting garlic right here. So they might just stay here until I need the space for garlic. We'll see. But I have no point in pulling them out while they're still making me zucchinis. Okay, and right behind the zucchinis are a whole bunch of bell peppers, which you can see that turned red. They're supposed to get to size and then turn red, and this is tiny. So this plant is almost done, but also, like, why am I growing bell peppers in October? I don't know, but I still am, so we're gonna keep going. And then back there is just a weedy mess, so I'm not gonna show you. This, we're gonna prep for garlic. I haven't decided. Garlic and carrots. Probably that one's going to be garlic and this one's going to be carrots. So we'll see. Everything needs to be ripped now. This is a bell pepper plant that's also still producing. Don't ask me why. I don't know. We're going to tear all this out despite this beautiful looking basil. But it's gone to seed, so it doesn't taste that great. It just looks pretty. Yeah, we're going to pull all this out, and this is going to be, oh look, an onion. I didn't know that was in there. This is going to be garlic, and I might put a couple of lettuce in here just right now while I'm waiting for the garlic. Citrus trees are doing fine, nothing on them. But right here, this is what I wanted to show you. This is our pineapple, the last one. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this. It's got this fascinating thing. It already started, the head started splitting. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, I can't tell if it's 4 or 5 crowns coming out of the top of this, but obviously that pineapple is ready, so we're gonna pick that today. And then my overcrowded mums back here are starting to bloom, which I'm excited about. All right, the back hill's kind of depressing, but I'm gonna show you anyway. That is all wildflowers that have gone to seed. My lemon tree, my orange tree up there is buried behind another one of the wildflowers that died and went to seed. The zinnias look fine. This is what's sad. I was starting to get pumpkins, baby pumpkins on these plants, and we had a leak in the irrigation system, and I turned the irrigation system off. Unfortunately, I was thinking that wouldn't affect anything, but I forgot about the pumpkins, which obviously you can see here, not having any irrigation significantly affected them. Ironically, the snapdragons are doing fine. Same thing with the jalapenos here. You can see I forgot that I had jalapenos in here, so I don't know. I'm just going to leave them. But I do need to pull this tomato, though. Look at that. It's starting to put on more tomatoes. So I'm going to pull it out, though, because it's just going to spread disease in this area if I leave it. The basil. Everything else here is gone. The fruit trees are starting to drop their leaves, which is great. It's a good sign. That's just the compost pile that I probably need to stop adding to and just start turning. This is all done here, and the zinnias are looking good. And I have this one onion here, which I don't think ever bulbed up, and the zinnias are looking great. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we need to start cleaning out some of these planters and getting things ready, and I'm going to start ripping some of the things that are sad to look at, like those pumpkins. So tell me if that ever happens to you. Do you like make a decision that in the garden that you weren't realizing was going to affect other things? So this irrigation system on the patio is separate than the one over there. That one's tied into my like lawn irrigation, and I wasn't worried about the lawn, so I turned it off, and I just didn't think that about those pumpkins and those jalapenos. So, oh well. I mean, I probably wasn't going to get a pumpkin off it anyway, but the jalapenos probably would have. So Anyway, let's go grab whatever we can harvest, and then we'll start prepping those few planters I pointed out. Lately, I have always been starting my harvest here because it is so encouraging. It's a confidence boost to come to this plant because I spent years trying to grow bell peppers, and for whatever reason it worked really well this year, and so I am bell peppered out. I do not want to cut anymore. I don't want to freeze anymore, so I am officially just giving bell peppers away to people, but I don't care. I love it, and I mean obviously other people do too because they're enjoying getting bell peppers from me. That's pretty good. Okay, I can't cut this one like I did with the other one because I can't reach down there. So I'm going to try to twist it off, see what happens. Perfect. So now you can really see it is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crowns growing. Smells really good though. I love growing pineapples. It is so rewarding when after all the time, because it takes time. It takes like 2 to 3 years to get a pineapple off each plant. But it's so rewarding when you get that pineapple and it tastes so delicious. But I have to admit, I think that's the last pineapple I'm going to grow for a while. The plants are definitely pokey. If you have young children that like those plants are right at eye level for, I probably wouldn't recommend you growing these in your backyard unless you got a good spot where they're not going to be running past it. But I don't really have that. My kids are running around everywhere, and I can't put them in the hill because the hill doesn't get enough sunlight in the winter months. And so probably that's going to be my last one for a while, but it was really fun and I've enjoyed it. And honestly, we've all enjoyed eating them as well. And I'm sure that you guys noticed that I mentioned that I was going to grow garlic in a few different places. I do have a reason for that. That's why, I kept talking about prepping these different beds. When I am not getting enough garlic to actually fill all of these spaces, I'm going to try this year putting them in a few different places so that way I can experiment with where they grow best, as opposed to just, I've always put them in the raised metal beds, but this year I'm going to try to put them in a few different places to see what does the best. Okay, I decided to pivot. I may live to regret this decision, but I think I'm going to pull my green stalk over here because I feel like right now where it is, it's out of sight, out of mind. So I'm going to pull it over here, prep that, and then we'll have the green stalk, these 2 planters that we just prepped, and the tall planter to start working with. And as you can tell, this is just a day in the life. I came out here with like a half a plan and I changed it because that is how I function. I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to that, where I was thinking of something that would be a good idea and I just came up with something else. And that's kind of what happened with the green stalk. Just realizing that when I kept it on the far side of my patio, I wasn't really going to get out to actually, 1, plant it, and 2, rotate it like I need to and water it like I need to. So I said, just forget it. And what I ended up doing here is the irrigation lines that you see hanging off the box, the raised planter next to it, I ran a line up to the top of this so that whenever I irrigate everything else, it'll also water this. And I know I probably still need to fill up the reservoir at the top every once in a while too. This soil has been sitting here for a while, so you see me breaking this up. If you guys are unfamiliar with what this is called a green stalk. You can buy them online. It's a really great company if you want to look them up, but it's a vertical planter, and I bought one. I got one for Mother's Day, and so this is my Mother's Day planter that I am just now getting planted. That is a brown widow. If I could show you his other side, I would. He definitely has a red hourglass on his butt. These guys are no bueno. All right, you guys, that one threw me for a loop. I am very used to seeing black widows hiding in corners and underneath things, but this little brown widow was just hanging out right in the middle of everything. And now that I have kids hanging out in the garden with me, I don't let things like this happen as much. Back in the day, I would probably have just let him be because I knew that I would know he's there and I would just avoid him. But now that I have kiddos in the garden, I am much more cautious about that. So tell me if you're the same way. Are there things that you don't tolerate in the garden that, other people might have? It's kind of controversial to try to get rid of a spider in the garden, but to me, not worth the risk when I have littles. My daughters are 1-year-old and 4-year-old, so they are definitely not able to be taught to not touch things like that. I mean, the 4-year-old probably could, but at this point, I just need to get rid of things like that so that I can feel comfortable having my kids in the backyard with me. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits. We've got a ton of bell peppers, that one little tomato, and a very pungent pineapple. So this is probably ready to eat today. I was able to get the green stalk done and the 2 small planters and the 1 big square planter. I just have to put stuff in them now. My plan was to try to direct sow some, what am I trying to say? Some lettuce seed. But I don't think that's going to happen. And the garlic, I have it vernalizing, which is just a fancy word for saying letting it have a cooling period in the fridge, because in Southern California we don't get cold enough weather for garlic cloves to kind of go through the process that lets them know it's time to split. So what we do is we just put them in the fridge for 30 to 40 days and then plant them out. So I think that mine are mid-November is when I will pull mine out of the fridge and stick them in the ground. I'm gonna try to grow them on the patio this year, because even though I've had really good success growing them in my planters under the windows, and they've gotten rather large, they almost always, the heads split from watering issues, and I think I'll be able to control that a little bit better here under the patio. So anyway, it is very hot. And I'm pretty sure the green stalk had a bunch of ants in it, so I'm pretty sure I got a couple of ant bites that I need to go check out, just to make sure that those weren't that brown widow. That kind of made me nervous when I spotted him. So I'm gonna head back inside, but thank you so much for hanging out with me in October. I hope you're having a wonderful month, and I don't know about your families, but for my family, this marks the beginning of the holiday season. October is just so many fun family traditions around the holidays. We already went apple picking into a pumpkin patch, and then I'm really looking forward to Christmas, even though that's a couple months away, but starting to prepare all of that now. So I hope that you are having a great time as well, preparing for the fall, whether that's with your family or in the garden. And I hope to see you guys again in November. And I hope you're all having a wonderful month. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, friends.